I'm sure everybody is talking about this to you and asks you about it, but yeah, you have to if you see the film. Three of these magnificent actors together. Was that the reason why you took the part?
Yeah, very much so, to be honest. I mean, I was just saying to someone else that normally I'd start with the script and the story and then move on to the director, and sort of, in this case, even the possibility that the three of us could get together on it, I think, was very irresistible to all of us, and we talked about it, made sure we were all going to do it, and then jumped in, and then sat down with Frank and worked on a script, so it was a little bit backwards, and it was largely because of how tempting the possibility was.
But you've met Robert De Niro before? You met Marlon Brando before?
Yeah, I knew Marlon better. I met him maybe a year or so before we did this film, and I think I had met Bob in passing, but I didn't know him very well. But he read the script, and he was thinking about doing it, and he said, "Why don't you send it to Ed and see if we could get this together," because they were talking with Marlon and everything. So it was kind of, Bob was kind of the guy who first said, let's see if we can get these good people together around it.
And how does it work? Are you that secure as an actor that when you read a character, that you know, okay, I can do this?
No, not at all. I mean, in fact, I think that part of what's a good indicator if I want to do something is if it makes me a little bit nervous. If reading this, getting the balance of a character who pretends to be someone else, who has sort of an affliction, it's a little touchy. It could look foolish if you didn't treat it very seriously. So, that's a good sign.
Right. So did you rehearse a lot with Marlon Brando?
No, we didn't get a lot of rehearsal time on this one. I got some with Bob. We worked on some scenes and then rewrote them, together, or I would work on them and bring them back to Bob, and so we got a little bit of time.
Do you talk different methods of acting here? Do you have your own style, or did you find something in common?
I think we had a lot in common. I mean, certainly in the sense that I really admire the way Bob is very meticulous about the details of getting, I mean, when you're making a film with a technical aspect to it, like safe cracking or security systems and everything, I'm of the same mind that I think he is, that you got to, this isn't the Thomas Crown affair. You want to make sure that everything that's done is done right and believably, and I was happy that he was still apparently very much intent on getting those things right, and we didn't talk about acting too much. I think you just settle into an easy groove. I think we functioned pretty well together.
But as an actor, you're probably always observing life. So were you there on the set observing the work of Robert De Niro, or how he does it?
Yeah, I mean, everybody works a little bit differently. Everyone has certain patterns that are different, and it was. I mean, I went on some days when Marlon and Bob were doing scenes just to watch. It was thrilling. They're both very loose, very improvisational.
Right. Now, if the relationship between a director and an actor doesn't work, do you feel the tension on the set? Do you absorb that problem?
I don't think so. I think that only. I mean, I think that when people who are confident and secure work together, and especially people who have worked in films a fair amount, then hopefully they know that part of the process is struggling with it. You know what I mean? That debates, even disagreements, like wrestling with the work is a part of the process that's good, and that when you're pushing each other, that's going to push it all higher, and so that it doesn't make you tense. You know that's a good thing.
Right. Now, the film is done, it's in the can, you go home a year later. Are you still friends with Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro?
Well, I've definitely seen them both since we did it. I've talked to Marlon on the phone, and I've bumped into Bob here and there. I'll probably see him while I'm back in New York, But Bob works a lot, so he's off. I haven't seen him so much because he's off working, and I've been working too. I was working in Canada, so I've been away.
Well, they sometimes say Hollywood is one big family, but does it work?
Well, it is. It's. I mean, you know, it is a community of people. It's. I don't know. I think it's like any business. You know the journalists who travel the same circuits as you do, and it's nice to have community and work.
Right. It's very nice to see you grow and grow as an actor.
Thank you.
And the great choices you make. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Renee.
Thanks.
Okay.